video is a quick introduction to website accessibility. So here are a few ways you can learn more about how to make your content on your website. If you're a small business owner or a digital content creator, how can you make the content more accessible to people with learning disabilities or physical disabilities? So one way to do that, I'm going to mention 3 in this video, is with an accessibility widget. That's what we call them. And one that I'm very familiar with is a UserWay Widget here. And I have it on the left side because I have a language switcher widget on the right. But with the UserWay, I've got it. It's something that someone could open and then use the tools in the widget to adapt the content, making it bigger, changing the contrast. It offers lots of different tools so that the content can be changed, so that someone can have a better experience with it. So that's an accessibility widget. There's lots of different kinds out there. Let's take a look at another one on theabilities.com, where you can kind of choose the way that you want the content to be adapted so you can understand the website better. So lots of different types of accessibility widgets. And that is one way, even looking at the tools offered, just to understand how does the content need to be changed, and even making sure that your content is something that can be interpreted and works with an accessibility widget is a great start. Number 2 way to make your website content more accessible is to provide alt text. So if you are somebody who is interested in inclusion and equity for all, if that's you, and you often ask yourself, what is something that I can do? Alt text is one of those things that you can do. So if you are a small business owner with a website or a digital content creator, then you can get excited about alt text. So let's take a look at what it is, and it works a little bit differently depending on the platform that you're working with for your online content. We're going to look at alt text inside Squarespace because it is offered in a very user-friendly way, and so this will be a quick introduction. So I'm going to go into my demo site, and I'm going to go into the editor, and this demo site is for an online course and a coffee company. But as I'm going into this section and I'm in the editor, and you can see that there's an image here that is describing this education company for parents and children. And you can see that the image block, like if I wanted to change this image, but within that, when I open that, and it's giving me my features on my dashboard for the image, if I scroll down, it will say here, image alt text. And then there's a little instruction there, describe your image to improve accessibility and SEO. So it is a benefit of using alt text that it makes your content more Google friendly, and so that's why it's considered part of an SEO best practice. But in terms of accessibility, it's providing information that a screen reader can interpret, and we'll look at in the next section how screen readers work. So here you can just provide, since it's more of a decorative image, but it does provide some context for the language. We're going to go ahead and add that alt text there. And then that description would be what a screen reader would read. So you can see within the Squarespace platform, you're just entering a description every time you have an image and you have an alt text place where you can fill in that description, you're providing information for assistive technology to interpret the content, and that is a good thing for you, for everybody. And that is a very quick introduction to alt text. So number 3 is a screen reader. So if you are a small business owner with a website or a digital content creator and you're interested in making your content more accessible, then you should check out how a screen reader works. So I'm just going to show you a quick example here with the ChromeVox. I'm just going to have it read some content from an online course.
Window Chapter 1 Course Description tab. The relationship between healthcare provider and client can provide both with a sense of strength, healing, inner peace, and an interconnectedness that gives meaning to the relationship. This relationship is a deeply spiritual one and results from the sharing of intimate experiences such as birth, death, life-threatening illnesses, emotional chaos, and the issues that arise during healing. By caring, listening, and engendering trust, the healthcare or spiritual care provider and his or her client can form a spiritual relationship that can heal each other.
So that's an example of the screen reader ChromeVox in the Samantha voice reading the content that's highlighted, which you still need is still you're clicking and dragging. There are many types of screen readers, and even this one can get a little finicky where I have to sometimes remove it from the extension. But just to get a sense of how screen readers interpret and work with the way your content is set up is a great way to become more familiar with how content is adapted for assistive technology.